Every time I have one of these cookies, I want another. But that's big back.
That is big back, bro. But listen, sometimes you gotta have the big back in you. You know what I mean?
I'm a wrestling fan. I'm allowed to be big back.
Yeah. Have you been to AEW shows? It's like all big backs.
I refuse to go to another AEW show, although they're in the 2300 arena and they're doing a residency. And I'm not gonna lie,
man, AEW is the company to be for like live shows right now.
The live shows look fun.
The vibe was sick in Boston. The vibe was sick both nights, even for Collision, which wasn't as good as Dynamite, but it was still really good.
It's the natural summer break. WWE is on hiatus and they're decent writing, and well, they've been on hiatus. And AEW decides to cook. It's the summer, so that means Emil likes AEW again.
I mean, low-key
because
same.
they seem to. Well, you didn't do this with me last year. This year, they also have seemed to follow the trend of we really enjoy the summertime because WWE does not enjoy the summertime, apparently.
Correct. I mean, I don't know, man. It's a whole thing.
I'm into it.
Yeah.
I'm into it. There's some stuff going on there.
WWE, this is Judgment Day season, baby. It's Judgment Day season. It's the season when WWE says, oh, yeah, we have a faction of good wrestlers with potentially good storytelling. Let's smash that button real quick.
Hangman is going to save us all.
I hope.
I love the big three.
Cowboy shit.
I kind of love the big three being this acknowledged, and we're kind of like, all right, Will, and we thought Will was the guy. We thought Swerve was the guy. We didn't think Hangman was the guy. We thought Darby was the guy, but Darby's coming down a mountain.
Bro is log rolling down a mountain right now.
Oh, my God. I'm so glad Darby's enjoying life because the rest of us are in the drizzling shits.
Not facts. With that being said, y'all, welcome to Kickout Club Wrestling Podcast. We're back. It's been
we took a nice little summer break.
Nice little spring break, more like it. It's been about a month. Just kind of, I don't know. Every year there's always a bit of fatigue when it comes to this shit. And this year it just came a little sooner than I expected it to for me. Last year I was coming off Mania 40. People were saying Mania 40's like follow-up was not great.
It wasn't.
I don't think it was bad. I enjoyed it.
It wasn't.
I enjoyed it.
That's fine, though.
I liked seeing the new landscape of WWE with Cody Rhodes as the champion at that point. It felt very different, felt very fresh, especially coming off of Roman's title reign. That really felt like, all right, I know Roman was champion both during COVID and post-COVID, but Cody being champion after was like, that for me was like, all right, this is wrestling as usual. This is business as usual after the pandemic, after lockdowns, after restricted access to their shows and all that stuff. I felt it felt good.
And new ownership. Like we had firmly walked into the new WWE, and we are in the new WWE.
Yeah.
For better or for worse.
More on that, I think, a little later.
Anyway, I want to start this show with a little bit of a hijack because we're going to talk about Money in the Bank, which means we're going to talk about everything in WWE surrounding Money in the Bank.
Indeed.
But pre that, I want to talk a little bit of things besides AEW that's going on. As we said in WrestleMania 41 review, as they told us at WrestleMania 41, WWE had acquired AAA, and now we're going to utilize it. And that means we're going to have a Worlds Collide event, which I think are always a good time. I've never actually watched one of these, I'll be honest.
I've watched bits and pieces, but it's always like Worlds Collide. It's like so watered down. Like it's like it was NXT and NXT UK. It wasn't really like, there hasn't been like WWE TNA or WWE AAA like there is now. You know what I mean?
No, nobody in WWE likes having fun.
Yeah.
Apparently, because apparently fun doesn't sell, which I guess is fair, but this doesn't sell either. Anyway, so AAA is doing a thing with WWE because they are now, owned. El Hijo, oh my God,
El Hijo del Vikingo is defending the AAA Mega Championship against Chad Gable. Now, this is just the main event. There are other matches announced. The usual
Stephanie
suspects.
Vaquera's on the card.
Take a guess on who you think would be on the card from WWE, and they probably are. LWO, Legado, Ethan Page. Just kidding. That's probably on nobody's bingo card, but he's the North American champion, and they figured they'd throw that on there. But you know who is on there? That is a luchador without a mask. Fucking Javon Evans. He's in that North American title Fatal 4-Way. Laredo Kid's in there. Some Ray Phoenix is there as well. I'm surprised no Penta. I'm surprised.
They couldn't afford Penta.
That's crazy. But you know who they could afford? Unmasked El Grande Americano.
lesser Penta.
El Grande Americano
So I've been
unmasked.
going on this tirade in our chat saying that Ray Phoenix's big accomplishment right now is that he's Penta's brother, and they book him to kind of look like just Penta, but Penta that we have at home, which is unfortunate because we do know that I'm not dumb. I do understand that Ray Phoenix is like this champion and this good wrestler outside. They also tout that he's this good wrestler outside, but the only thing I see, because the only thing they think they want me to see, is that he's Penta's brother.
The only thing I see is his back on the mat, dude. It's the only thing I see is him with his shoulders down.
So people got mad when he lost a Money in the Bank qualifier match, and I was like, why? Why was he like, duh, he was there to take the pin. That made total sense to me, but some other people were like, Why is Ray Phoenix losing Money in the Bank qualifying matches? I'm like, why is he there? He hasn't done anything. He only got a WrestleMania match because Rey Mysterio got hurt. Let's call it like it is. He just got here. He got here later than Penta. Like, it's fine. He'll be fine. He'll be some kind of inter-US whatever. He's honestly less impressive than his brother. It is what it is.
I think that we should have had Ray Phoenix in this match and not over Andrade. I think Andrade was great. I'm happy Andrade's in the match, but I think that Ray Phoenix is a better fit for this match than Andrade. I think you could have easily switched the two of them in their respective qualifiers and had Ray Phoenix in over Andrade. But that being said, I am happy that Andrade is there.
So, over the course of the last 2 weeks, because we've only had 2 weeks to build to this show, because we had a Saturday night's main event that we felt like doing beforehand.
They felt like canonizing for once.
Ish. So, Andrade, LA Knight, Solo Sikoa, Penta, Seth Rollins, and El Grande Americano.
That's
Chad
also
Gable.
A fucking shocker, dude. You had
Chad
AJ Styles and
Gable
CM Punk.
might be pulling double duty, but we cannot confirm nor deny
We still
said
don't know.
facts.
But however,
we cannot confirm or deny said accusations.
I will say, assuming they were Gable's boots, because if you saw a photo that was circulating online, El Grande Americano was wearing boots that said CG on them, and that could mean one of two things. Either Chad Gable
boots.
allowed him to borrow the boots because they're in the same faction. You know, very possible El Grande forgot his boots at home and needed boots. And Chad, as part of... No, they're in American Made together. This happens.
No, I'm just shaking
That's
my head.
Or,
He forgot his boots?
Or El Grande Americano
took 'em.
decided, I'm going to go with what Santi Zap said. El Grande is just a cool guy. And so he wanted to put that on his boots. CG, cool guy. I think that tracks.
No.
But
El Grande being in this over Punk is super interesting. We kind of blew up a Punk or a Punk and Seth thing pre Money in the Bank, because the smart move would have been to put CM Punk in this match and have CM Punk be so desperate that neither of them win this match. That would have been the smart move.
That's real.
And maybe give LA this thing,
Plus
because LA's been here for 4 years.
Well, plus not for
now.
nothing, the prospect of Punk winning a Money in the Bank for the third time, that's a record. That's a record that has not been set.
I mean, he already has a record.
Well, yeah, he has a record, but
Does somebody have it? Has somebody had it twice?
Edge, but not back to back.
No, but won it
Yes,
twice. Won the ladder match twice? No. Like one. It doesn't even matter that he won it back to back.
No, I know. I understand that Punk has the record, but Punk also could have extended that record to a third one, is what I'm saying.
Meanwhile, Seth Rollins is over here trying to match that record because he's just CM Punk light.
No, that's not it.
That's what Punk said. I'm just going based off of what Punk has told me on TV.
Which is wild because Punk.
Because it's accurate, also.
No, Punk's never been a company guy. He might be now, but he never stood for the suits. He's always stood for the people. Rollins is out here like, the company, Come on.
Okay.
Thank you. But however, on TV, on camera, when the cameras are on, yes, I could see that. That is an argument to be made.
Anyway, so I would say the prevailing theory is that Seth Rollins is going to come oh so close, and then out comes CM Punk to ruin our day, which is fine because then neither of them will get this briefcase anyway.
So
I will say, before, there is another theory.
Oh God, not this man and
It's
his fucking.
not an Austin theory.
Not this fucking theory guy.
It's not an Austin theory.
It is not an Austin theory.
I've heard a few theories though.
Thank God it's not an Austin theory.
Let's hear a couple theories. First off, I heard an interesting Sam Roberts theory that I'm gonna.
I probably heard this too, maybe, but
an
we'll see.
interesting Sam Roberts theory of putting Ricky Starks in this group.
Oh yeah, I heard that. I'm fine with that, but I'm not really about. I think this group is fine with 4, including
this
Paul.
Group needs something because I didn't expect these 2 guys to be here, so I didn't expect them to just be the muscle like
The Braun brothers.
So I said this in our chat. This looks like they're kind of trying to run back the AOP angle. That Seth had. Except Seth's not the Messiah this time. He's just this.
He's just Seth. He has a vision.
He's this visionary. I don't know. I'm lost.
He is a visionary. Fine. He is a revolutionary.
He doesn't do that anymore.
No, he doesn't.
He's a heel. He doesn't want us to
He's
sing
a big
with
bad heel.
He's a big bad guy now. The other theory that I probably wouldn't have thought of if I didn't go through threads. So that's where we like to hang out these days. And on threads, I saw somebody saying they blew up the spot. Lower in the comments, there's a lot of Roman Reigns being talked about in these promos and acknowledgments and wise man's. There's a conversation that Roman is rumored. There is no conversation, but there is people wondering if Roman is coming back. It is June. We do know that Roman is slated to eventually reappear, and he has this Seth thing to deal with. Roman also is alone though, and so either he's gonna go join forces with Punk, and they're gonna do some kind of SummerSlam thing. However, again, if my math is correct, there's only 2, and we have 3.
As in Roman and Punk versus the 3?
So unless
Sammy?
we're going to keep Sammy around, which is always a good
However,
time.
he's kind of tied with
Also,
Karrion right
can
now.
Sammy die?
Hey,
Like-
whoa. No, I'm just messing. I'm kidding. I'm baiting.
There isn't there another Anuahi guy who's everybody's been waiting for?
Hikuleo.
Is it that guy?
Yeah.
All right.
I don't need it.
I'll be honest. We're getting there's a lot of Samoans, which inevitably would also bring him over in some kind of bloodline thing that nobody wants.
Yeah.
Anyway, those are the theories that I've been seeing.
So here's a theory that I kind of came up with just now in my head. CM Punk's not in the Money in the Bank match. I don't see him not showing up to LA. I see Rollins being up there ready to grab the case. I see and Punk runs down and tries to stop Seth. He does it. However, the numbers outweigh and Bronson and Braun attack Punk. Seth tries again, and then Roman's music hits, and Roman comes out and stops Seth. I think that could be in the realm of possibility, and that sets up my prediction of who I think is going to win this match, LA Knight. He's been in 3 of these. I feel like he can't... First off, let's go through the rest of the people, right? We already talked about Rollins. Rollins is the obvious pick, but it's the pick that I feel like is... It depends on Triple H's mood. I'm not going to lie to you. If Triple H wants to just fucking... If the reports are true that he fucking hates Money in the Bank and he wants to get rid of it, he's going to have Seth win and try and do the cash-in that night, and they're going to have the tag match main event, and then it's going to get stopped by Punk. We're going to get a repeat of last Money in the Bank. If Triple H wants to actually try with the Money in the Bank this year, and that's not a dig, that's just being legit, then I think that you look at the rest of the guys. Andrade, no. LA Knight, very, very possible. Very, very possible. This is his 3rd Money in the Bank in a row. After 2 of them, he's come this close and been in the conversation for a top pick. Solo Sikoa, sure, but why? People have said he could win and cash in on Jacob for the U.S. title, which, I'll vomit all over this microphone. Penta would fucking love it. My heart would say give it to Penta, but I can't. The only vision, I just can't see Penta with it. I could see him doing the prance down to the ring, holding the case, though. That'd be kind of funny. And El Grande would be hilarious if Triple H just is doesn't give a fuck and is fuck it. Throw it on him, because I think it'd be hilarious if Chad is in an opportunity where the world champ is down and Chad's out there and could cash in, but he can't reveal that he is El Grande and can't cash in, or he comes out with the case accidentally without his mask on, and they're like, Wait, I thought El Grande was Money in the Bank. That would actually be kind of cool. That'd actually be kind of funny. El Grande is running its course. I kind of fucking hate it. Therefore, my winner, LA Knight. Yeah, send him over to Raw, cash in on Raw, win the world title. And yeah, we'll go from there. Draft is coming. They've said a draft is coming. They haven't said when.
There's too many people on Raw for him to win that world title.
There's a draft coming.
He's not winning that WWE title, though, either.
Nope. I don't see any of these people winning the WWE title.
I'm going to be honest. There's really not much room for anybody to win shit around here right now.
And I see why Triple H hates the Money in the Bank, because he's built up people to the point where they don't need the case. But now we have to have the case.
Or we could just not. They could have just not done this.
Here's my thing.
Skip this. We didn't announce anything post-Mania until Mania.
Well, here's my thing.
We could have not. We had 6 months to decide.
We could have Money in the Bank be a tradition, but just irregular. Not like a yearly thing. Be like, do we need, like, when the necessity comes to where somebody could benefit from being a Mr. or Mrs. Money in the Bank, say, hey, we're gonna have a Money in the Bank pay-per-view. It doesn't, and not have it on a timetable. I think that's the biggest crutch of it. I think Triple H could do good work with it if it was a storyline device that he could use at his disposal, and not, oh, it's May, let's have a Money in the Bank. You know what I mean?
It's the only gimmick pay-per-view that we've kept. We've successfully gotten rid of all of the gimmick pay-per-views. We've
Rumble
added some
and Survivor Series now, but Survivor Series is a tagline.
Rumble is a gimmick, but like Survivor Series is like,
it could not be War Games if they don't want it to be.
I wouldn't say it's a gimmick. I wouldn't. I would say like we've kind of successfully gotten away from like the match type gimmicks. No Hell in a Cell, no Fatal 4-Way. I miss Over the Limit dearly.
Over the Limit, my fucking guy.
It's Over the Limit season, baby.
What about bragging rights? Let's have a trophy. Yeah.
You mean the fake Survivor Series that they did a month before the real Survivor Series?
It was the Big Show turn pay-per-view. I'm pretty sure Big Show turned twice at bragging rights on his respective brand.
All right, so whatever. I would say Seth Rollins is maybe the only answer, but unfortunately with that comes a lot of other problems. No one else here is winning a world title. So LA Knight's the closest, and we are too little too late. I saw a video from like 2022, early 23 of him, and I was like, damn, they sold. And that sucks because he was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. Like, they had too many things going on. Roman couldn't do anything, and then he didn't have a second belt. Like, that, which sucks. That really sucks, but it's fine.
I think it's very much possible that they can build LA Knight to win this case again. He's still over as fuck, like nuclear over. I think it's possible. I think it just might take some time. And listen, after last year's men's Money in the Bank shit show, I'm fine with them taking time. They don't have. Here's the thing. Wrestling fans do not look forward enough. Wrestling fans, when they try to pick a Money in the Bank holder, I feel like whether they know it or not, are only thinking about now and the next few months, maybe to the end of this year. But it's June. It's June. That's only half the time that someone can hold the Money in the Bank briefcase without cashing in. We have January to June of next year. We could go through WrestleMania and still not have the cash in. We could have Money in the Bank 2026 and he cash in that night before the men's Money in the Bank match. Like, there's still so much time that they have to find the right moment to give it to LA Knight. And I'm down for it. I'm down for it. I want a long game. At some point, I want when will this person cash in? Will they find the right time to cash in, or will it lapse? I want a buzzer beater cash in. One day. I don't know if it'll be LA Knight, but they have the opportunity to do it.
All right. Well, the other side. The girls.
All right.
The girls are Rhea, Naomi, Alexa Bliss, Stephanie Vaquer, Julia, and Rox Perez.
Holy NXT.
What a lineup.
That's
and then
stacked,
Naomi.
dog. Shut up. No. I'm not taking Naomi slander.
Bro.
Not taking
She should have won last year. She should have won a U.S. belt
last
year.
She wasn't,
I'm over it.
She wasn't doing the best work of her career until this year.
Also, I like that we have once again put her and Bianca and Jade in a ring, and we still just decided to stay the course and say Bianca didn't do a goddamn thing.
That's correct.
That's so stupid. That just pissed me off all over again when I saw that. I was like, no way y'all did this and folded still.
That's crazy, dog. That's crazy. Imagine intricate storytelling where not all three people have to be involved in a certain story. One of them cannot be removed, can be a bystander in it. That's crazy.
Wow, it's almost like everybody's been involved with everybody in the world title, WWE title scene for the last 3 years, but the women can't do it because the women can't do nothing. That's what we're saying. We can't do nothing interesting over the course of a long.
I honestly don't
period of time with the
understand.
women?
I honestly don't understand what argument you're trying to make.
We can't do the same thing with the women.
What do you mean?
You're telling me that Seth Rollins and CM Punk have not been fucking with each other for 2 years?
Yeah, that's two people. Kind of like how Jade and Naomi is two people. And Bianca
Sami
was...
Zayn's also interjected himself into this like 4 times.
Okay, Bianca's hurt. She's not going to interject right now. She busted her hand. After she earned her shot and got the match at Mania.
We're putting the rocket on Steph here. It's the writing is way too clear.
Oh, that's the opposite of what I see. I see her a phenomenal showing, but no dice. I see Rhea could very easily win. I see a very easy way for them to throw it on Rhea, call it Mommy in the Bank, sell a bunch of merch, and have an easy way to give Rhea the title if they ever need to hit that emergency button. Also a good way to have her jump to SmackDown if they wanted to.
So this is just the excuse they're having of a break glass moment because they've run out of reason to just give her a belt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
I hate that.
I know. Marketing. Alexa, I don't see it. Julia, I don't see it. She's going to be the one to take the U.S. title off of Zelina, and I'm so excited. And Roxanne, I could actually see Roxanne, especially now that she's worked into the Judgment Day story, just in time for Judgment Day Summer. However...
Wait. No, go ahead.
However, one woman on this lineup has been fucking fantastic and has been long overdue for a Money in the Bank win, a Money in the Bank run, and another women's world title run that is actually good. And it also opens the door for Bianca to come back and challenge this person for the title when her widow hand's fixed. It's Naomi. You also saw the leak, right? Did you see the leak?
No. Oh, I did.
They leaked a black. They
I got it.
They
leaked a thing of a. I got it.
They leaked a case. I'm not taking that for granted. I'm not taking.
That's why they gave the little Mommy in the Bank gimmick, because then you were like, oh,
right. They're trying to give everybody gimmicks, so not everyone. It's not obvious. But listen, I love what Naomi's doing. I think that Naomi is doing the work of her career. I think she's the most interesting character in the women's division right now, and I think that she should win the case. That's it. I think her running around with a briefcase would only add to the unhinged nature of her character, and it's gonna be good. And I think that she's been long overdue for a big win. She was a women's champion in the past, but let's be real, it sucked. You don't remember a single match. You don't remember a beat of it. I don't.
Nope.
I don't. Nope. She deserved
it.
But
do we remember that Alexa Bliss has actually won a Money in the Bank before?
No, just kidding. I do remember. But Alexa's weird to me. She's just kind of there in the women's division. Like, I want something for her.
To me, she's acting as the Karrion Kross of this division right now, right?
That's actually good shout.
She's not fucking with everybody. She's fucking with Charlotte.
That's a good shout, honestly. Yeah.
Which is, but there's actually history there.
There is,
right? And we brought the new Lily doll back recently. If for those of you who do not know, Charlotte ripped up the previous Lily doll before Alexa went on her long 2-year vacation.
So you're saying the Wyatt Six helped Alexa win?
Could.
No, I would be open to it.
I would
be open to it.
The unfortunate part is we've done some Wyatt shenanigans with Alexa Bliss. And then we kind of just pivot and go away. Like, she came back at Rumble. She did the Chamber, and then she disappeared again.
Yeah. And then let's not forget Mania. What was it? 35? Was that the one with Orton? With Fiend? Whatever one was Fiend and Orton where she turned on Fiend. That was 37? Okay. It was one of those, I remember. And it was ass. It was ass. I feel like I don't think it was 35. I think it was 37. I think you're right. However, I have a bone to pick with you now, sir.
What I do?
Mr. Strap the Rocket to Stephanie. She belongs here in her second fucking match on WWE main roster.
Now we're here. We're not here for the strap the rocket shit. Now we're not here.
That's
for
not
this?
what I'm saying. Let me finish.
Bro, she came in and realistically, she was in a match with somebody who maybe could have won this, like Liv.
You didn't let me finish. I'm all for strapping.
Ivy Nile was either way taking that pin.
Oh, for sure. I'm with you. I'm with you there.
Yeah.
No, I'm all for strapping a rocket to Stephanie, but you're totally okay, and in fact, you're advocating for a woman winning her second match on the main roster. She's only been here for a few months. Sound familiar, Mr. Anti-Ray Phoenix?
Paige?
No. I'm talking Ray Phoenix, dog. I'm talking Ray Phoenix, Mr. He's only been here a few months. He'll be fine.
So Paige lost the NXT Women's title and then immediately
Paige.
won the Divas Championship. This is what we're doing here.
Divas is doing a lot of heavy lifting in that sentence, sir.
Don't do that. Don't do that. If we're gonna respect these women as wrestlers, and the Divas Championship unfortunately has to be respected as the Women's Championship.
Oh, for sure.
It's in the lineage. I think we're calling it a world title these days.
Sure, yeah.
Because I think there are some people in this company still who have won the butterfly belt.
I'm just saying it was a very different division
and
back then.
they still said she was a women's champion, it's fine.
It was a very different division back then.
All I'm saying is, right, we're looking real suspect here. Meanwhile, Rox, who dropped off the face of the earth after Elimination Chamber, came back, looked like they were doing some kind of fuckery, to then just split them right up and act like that shit didn't happen.
No,
we're acting like her and Julia didn't come in and gang up on Rhea. We are forgetting that happened.
No,
yeah,
we're not forgetting.
I haven't heard mention of that shit.
We are not forgetting.
We didn't forget because we're intelligent, and WWE attempts to treat us intelligently now, so we remember things. However, they are choosing to make us try to forget.
Did they not have a tag match?
No.
Hang on, that is not. Hang on. No
Maybe,
way.
but I think it still ended up in fuckery. Nothing ever finished.
It was Rhea and Io. It was Io and Rhea versus Roxanne and Julia. They had their blow off, and then Julia went to SmackDown. And they signed Roxanne to Raw. And then they signed Stephanie to Raw.
Wow, they hotshotted that for what? We could have just done none of that and haven't brought up a single star. Well, Rox was already a single star. Rox right now Rox before WrestleMania, around Elimination Chamber, was on pace for Rookie of the Year on the main roster. She was on pace.
I don't know if I see that.
She came in at number 3 in the Royal Rumble.
She was runner-up.
Not?
That's right.
And she was the runner-up. She lasted the second longest in that entire match.
See, the fact that I don't remember though is
I do.
It's on them.
I do, but I'm a Rox fan, so maybe I'm dick eating. But right,
I'm a Rox fan too, but maybe not that. Maybe not to that extent.
I'm the bigger fan.
Well, I the only
I have a Pop Rock shirt. She's also I think one of the only women's shirts that I own.
Yeah, the only women's shirt I own is Becky when it was the man. That's the only one.
So and then we're bringing her back, and now she's just gonna be this Judgment Day floozy. That's what we doing?
No, she's gonna be the Liv of this year. Don't you get it?
No.
She's gonna but I also
no, I do get it.
But I also like
I
like your theory. I like your theory.
So the theory is that what if it's not Dom this time? What if Liv has been two-timing for the last 6 months with Finn?
I mean,
we're getting real Love Island in this bitch.
That'd be crazy because
and Love Island's out right now, so
Liv and Finn are at each other real bad right now. Like that's the feud. It's a power struggle between Liv's Judgment Day and Finn's Judgment Day.
But what if they Well, here's the thing. We chuck Carlito, so
I know.
We chuck Carlito,
I thought they were
so it couldn't be the Carlito and Raquel takeover, which is what it should have been.
Yo, the power couple of Judgment Day.
The power couple that nobody wanted.
Carlito and Raquel. Raquel
and Carlito. Raquelito?
Oh man,
nope, too far.
Maybe a little bit.
Too much.
Maybe a little overcooked.
Okay.
You tried.
All right, we spent way too long.
Oh man. Yeah. All right. So Stephanie for you, Naomi for me. Yeah.
Those are what we think. If we want to be real honest, the Rhea is really the safe answer is Rhea.
Rhea's a real possibility, man. And
Rhea is a real possibility, and that makes everybody upset.
However, my justification is I picked LA Knight for the men's match. That's a big mega baby face, so you go for a heel on the women's side just to balance it out. That's where I'm at.
So boring right now. Can we keep talking? Like I feel like the women are kind of like more interesting right now.
No, for sure. The women are cooking.
The women have an idea.
I wouldn't be mad if any of these women win.
I don't know if the men have a concept of a plan right now.
Nah.
But the women seem like there are concepts of multiple plans.
Rhea
sucks right now.
Really?
Rhea sucks.
Okay.
Ass.
Interesting. I don't know if I agree.
Because she just gets shoved into shit.
Yeah, she's getting the Charlotte treatment.
She's getting shoved into shit. She kind of doesn't do anything, and then she says that she's still on top. At least this time, we have now acknowledged and she on TV that she is not on top and that she is actually being pure ass right now.
Yeah.
Which is always a good time because that means they are self-aware.
It's true. The reactions, though, I hate to admit it, but Rhea gets the biggest reactions at every show. That's not named CM Punk.
Or Stephanie.
She's been there for 2 weeks. We ain't gauging that shit yet.
Whatever. Let's talk about the less exciting women.
Whoa.
And they're only less exciting because this feud is not exciting.
Oh, that's...
also,
that's
I don't think we've seen either of them on TV in 2 weeks.
They were literally on TV this week.
They were?
I'm pretty sure they were on TV this week. I watched Raw.
I'll be honest, I fell asleep.
It's probably when you fell asleep.
All right, so the Women's Intercontinental Championship, this I do believe makes the third PLE/event something after Mania where the women's title is not defended.
Yeah, I kind of forgot Io is the women's world champion right now.
Io is straight chilling, and every time she just gets a backstage segment and gets to laugh at Liv Morgan, which is also hilarious.
Yeah.
Like, she's kind of cooking backstage. She's just like, you're not going to do shit. And then what does Liv do? Not shit.
And Kyrie's won back-to-back matches since her return.
Io 2 belts?
I'm not against it.
Io 2 belts?
I'm also thinking there's a possibility that we're waiting.
Selling for Liv again?
There's a possibility we're waiting for Asuka to come back, too. I don't care. I want Io to defend her title and be the world champion, not a tag team champion.
Bro, she just cooked up until Mania. Like, she's like, yo, I did my job. I got paid.
Mania was a month and a half ago. Yeah, let that sink in.
Happy June, boys.
Let that sink in.
Happy June, boys.
Let's not forget it's been a month and a half.
I like the chaotic energy we're working with today.
Oh, man. All right.
So the Women's Intercontinental Championship, Lyra and Becky for the 70th time. Nobody cares. They don't.
Third time, I want to say.
I'll be honest. I'm bored of their promos. They kind of all feel the same, and then they turn into a pull apart, which all feels the same. If Lyra wins, Becky can never challenge for the title again while Lyra is champion. If Becky wins, Lyra must acknowledge Becky and shake her hand or raise her hand or do some kind of victory, good sportsmanship that Ring of Honor would cringe over.
Make Ring of Honor blush. You can take it first if you want. Great, I'll go first. I've actually really enjoyed this feud. I agree, it's been repetitive. The pull-apart brawls are annoying. It's such a cop-out. It's like, what the fuck do we have them do this week? Pull-apart brawl. Good. All right. I will say Lyra has been absolutely chefing it up on the microphone. She has come into her own. She's miles better than where she was before she had this title and had this this little reign going on here. Big fan of it. I think Lyra's going to come out looking like $1 million. It's kind of par for the course that in these kind of matches where if so-and-so loses, they never get to challenge for the title again, that they're going to win the title, so that is avoided. And it's just more interesting the prospect of Lyra raising Becky's hand is more interesting to me than Becky never challenging for the title again. So here's where I think we go with it. I think Becky wins clean. Potentially maybe dirty tactics. She could roll her up and grab tights. She could low blow. I don't know. It's a little different for women, I guess, with a low blow, but it still hurts. That being said, when Lyra goes to raise Becky's hand, she's defeated. She's kind of like, womp womp, I lost. And she's ready to raise her hand. Bayley's music hits, and Bayley's back. And we get a triple threat. in the future for that. I think Bayley will break it up and probably come in and beat the shit out of Becky because Becky talked a lot of shit.
Oh, duh. We're building to the. Oh yeah, Becky. We're building to the Bailey Becky of it all for Evolution 2. I got it. Fair. All right, I'm rolling.
Or at least a triple threat for, I don't know. Let's forget, people are forgetting too, we have Night of Champions too in Saudi.
In where?
Saudi.
We have to go back?
In June 28th. What is with this today? This is the second time.
In the span of like 4 minutes.
Facts.
All involving Becky Lynch.
The same match. Wow. All right, so I'm going Becky. You say Becky as well?
Becky.
You want to move on?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm over this.
And what might be the main event, depending on how they want to book this.
This is definitely the main
As
event.
I labeled it.
Cody Rhodes.
As I labeled it, just a tag team match.
It is just a tag team match.
It is. Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso versus John Cena.
Whoa, Jey Uso's the what, by the way?
He's the world heavyweight freaking champion. Yeet.
Give me it. 4 letters. Or one
4
word.
letters.
4 letters.
4 letters. 1 word. Yeet. I love that shit, dude. Except it's getting, I will say, I am the resident Jey supporter on this pod. Before we get into the match itself, I will say it's becoming a cop-out. Gunther was backstage having a promo with Jey this week and was like talking a whole lot about like, Jey, like, you're a great guy and you're a great champion, but you're going to lose that title because of how great of a guy you are, because you're involving yourself in this feud with Cody and Cena and you're still tied up with Logan Paul, but you're putting yourself at risk when you have a match with me the Monday Night Raw after. So you're going to be beaten up and, I don't know, beaten, bloodied and bruised and broken down after the tag match with Cody against Cena and Logan Paul. But when you could have just avoided the situation and not have been as nice of a guy and been 100% fresh. And Gunther made a lot of sense. And Gunther wasn't like a heel, like super heelish. Like he wasn't trying to beat down Jey or bully Jey. He was talking to Jey for the first time in a while as if they were equals. And what does Jey say in response? 3 letters, 1 word, tap. Oh my God, dude. Oh my God. You had an opportunity to have a genuine interaction with Gunther and Jey for the first time in the 5 months that they've been feuding as equals, and you have Jey just go, 3 letters, 1 word, tap. So lame, dude. It was lame. It was lame. I'm a Jey fan. That was lame. Let's all admit that was lame. Thank you.
I'll be honest, I've kind of started to flip. It is what it is. Like, whatever. Like, if we were going to pull the trigger, we should have just had him lose to Logan, which I think would have been a fun story. Him losing to Logan, Cena's help. These two could have still done this exact same tag match. Like, nothing about this, like, would have been really that much different. Cody got one of the greatest pops I've heard this year. And that's super unfortunate for somebody who wants him to heal. But once again, he proves you right. For those people who really are just like, yeah, he's the baby face. He's the hero. He's the captain, the quarterback.
QB1, baby.
He's everything they say he is and more. He can also be all of the things that I say he is too. He can also be, when Cena talks about being this phony and a fraud, because he can be. Whatever. I've kind of done this 180 listening to him come back, and also like I wasn't reading stuff, so I walked into Saturday night's main event with a nice clear palette, and got a nice clear result out of it, and I'm no longer in the weeds of it, and it is what it is. As far as that, Cody is the savior. He is the savior. He's gonna save us all. He's gonna break our hearts one day. If John Cena has taught us anything, he's gonna break our hearts. Cody will break our hearts. Like Cena was always your answer. He will do it. It's not anytime soon, and it is what it is there. This match, however, is just a nice little homage to what we're about to walk into, which is this big conglomerate mess that is the Cena and Cody feud. right? This is a warm-up. This is to remind us that Cody is here. This is here to remind us that Cody and Cena are going to run the rest of the year. That's all this is. Nothing more, nothing less. Logan Paul is there, which is great for Logan, and also good for Jey Uso.
So your prediction?
The baby faces.
Okay. I agree. Let's go through it. Let's break it down a little bit. Cody Rhodes just came back. Gonna challenge John Cena. John Cena, the WWE champion on his retirement run. He's not getting pinned unless your name is Cody Rhodes and it's for the WWE title. Jey Uso, World Heavyweight Champion. He's, despite being the champion for a month and a half, he still is facing a little bit of scrutiny for not being 100% deserving of the title. So you don't want him to get pinned. Who does that leave us with? The answer is Logan Paul. Logan Paul eats the pin. Unfortunately.
That was obvious.
Unfortunately. And that really sucks. But Cody and Cena, I think, are going to win this one.
Cody and Jey.
Sorry, Cody and Jey are going to win this one. Thank you. All signs are pointing to Cody and Cena, too, at SummerSlam. Here's my thing. I don't know if Are
we doing a trilogy in a year?
I hope not. God, I hope not. That's a little
really
much.
Tight, that's some really tight booking for WWE for once.
I feel like Cody is the guy to take the title from Cena.
What if Cena lies and doesn't retire in December?
Ugh, don't do it. No.
What if we cook all the way to Mania?
Not happening.
What if we cook?
You watched Sam Roberts too, right? You saw how mad he got.
I didn't hear this take.
Bro got pissed because people were like, "Oh, what if Cena just lies and says he's not retiring at the end of this year?" But I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't think any of the other people that have spent their hard-earned money on Cena Farewell Tour stuff would want that either.
I mean, it's still part of the Farewell Tour.
I mean, yes, but when it's like, oh, it's the last time Cena's at this place, the last.
No, they would start their loop back over, or start their cities over again.
Right,
So they would run out of cities that they haven't been to.
Exactly. I don't know, man. I think that if you run back Cody and Cena, I feel like Cody should win. Because I don't need to run it back for the same outcome. I don't. But I don't want Cena's title reign to end that soon, unless they use that opportunity to try and flip him back face again.
Smell what The Rock is cooking.
Oh, please don't. Cody said it.
Be
too.
honest.
Cody said it too. Oh my
I'm gonna
god,
be honest.
dude.
Boys, we're gonna get what we were supposed to get 6 months ago.
That's gross. That's so gross. Oh, I hope
it's gonna be a lot of if you smell.
I am fully not acknowledging The Rock at all. Like I am not.
We've had
I'm not
two
predicting.
Rock,
I'm not.
We've had two Rock references
I'm actively
in the last
cringing.
2 episodes of WWE TV.
Oh, at this point, I may have to boo if he comes out at some point.
Punk, you're supposed to boo him.
No.
He's the bad guy. He's the bad guy.
But that's the thing, right? With Rock, it's like he pops up and like kind of like what happened with the We Want Cody movement, right? The fans in the building were so excited to see The Rock pop up for it was a surprise, completely out of nowhere. So that was crazy. But then the internet was like, "No, wait, fuck that. Fuck that. What do you mean?" Cuz like The Rock is still The Rock, right? Like I would still be happy to see the guy.
You're going to pop for The Rock.
Exactly. I want to, but also fuck this. This is stupid.
You're going to pop for The Rock.
It's stupid. Yeah, Cody and Jey are gonna win. That's really it. Do you feel them, sir? We're gonna get that again at the presser. You know that, right?
I hope not.
God. Also, the sight of the visual of Cody and Jey holding the world titles at the end of the SmackDown this week was pretty cool. Pretty cool.
You think that's pretty cool?
I think that's pretty cool.
I
don't think we're going to get that again. I think by the time Cody wins the belt, Jay's losing that belt at some point. Probably to Seth Rollins. I don't know. But here's the thing. I wanted to wait to talk about, because you brought up the long term of this feud with Cody and Cena, and Cody being the one to save us all. I'm glad you finally come around to Cody being the big baby face. I've wavered in my staunch support of it in the lead up to Mania. However, I'm kind of holding out on Cody might turn heel, and here's why.
You're looking for the bad guy so Cena can be the good guy?
here's what I'm thinking. If Cena holds this title till the end of the year and has his last match at Saturday night's main event in Boston, as the rumors are saying, you have it against Cody. In what universe are you going to be cheering for Cody in Cena's hometown in Cena's very last match? You don't. Cody's getting booed. That's when you turn Cody heel. When the fans are already booing the guy. That's the best opportunity you have to turn Cody heel.
But that's not the that's not the normal. That's the exception, right? That's not the rule. That's the exception.
What do you mean? Elaborate a little more.
Cena getting cheers in his hometown is obvious.
Oh, of course. Yeah. But I'm just saying, like,
booing Cody, I don't know if that's as obvious. Just because it depends on what they're doing with Cena.
I think Cody could win. I think Cody will finally do what he didn't do at WrestleMania, even though he did it at Royal Rumble to Kevin Owens.
We conveniently forget that.
Right. In that last match, I think Cody will finally do what Cena told him he should have done. Because, listen, just because a face is doing the bad thing doesn't make them a good person. That still makes them a bad person. They're doing the bad thing. Cody could have hit Cena with the chair, but that would have been the heel move, and that's why Cody didn't do it. Cody finally has the balls to do the heel move in a building where he's already going to get the heel heat before the heel move, and that just is the icing on the cake. That's what fully drives Cody to be the heel. I think that they could do it.
So their goal was to burn me out. I just don't care anymore. I'm over it. Like you got to do some. We just got to do some stories. He's just he's the baby face, man.
That's crazy that it's making us flip on this.
I'm burnt, man. I'm burnt out from it because we did the Kevin Owens thing. We did the sell your soul thing. We told Rock to go fuck himself. All for Cena to turn heel, and all for it not to work. Like, I'm burnt, man. I'm burnt. So, like, it is what it is. Like, he's the babyface. I got it.
What if Rock was behind it all along and Cody was initially the plan? It seemed they haven't...
I mean, that's kind of what they said.
That's what I'm saying.
That's why they were like, hey, man, it's still the thing.
They kind of said, the Cena opportunity kind of fell in Rock's lap. The Rock didn't know. I believe that's what the tea leaves have been saying, is that Rock was not expecting Cena to do that, but once he saw Cena give him the look, Rock was like, all right, fuck it, let's roll with it. But
no, that's not true.
Because Cena said that he was like, he's
kayfabe or real?
Kayfabe.
Oh,
kayfabe.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say real. No,
like
Rock
in
music.
kayfabe. Like in kayfabe, Rock was expecting Cody to do it. But when Cena did it, Rock didn't think, in kayfabe, Rock in his mind didn't think, oh, Cena's gonna be the one to turn. He just saw that and said, oh, Cena looks like he wants to turn. Let's just go with it. Fuck it. And then goes with it. And Cena says, like, he's said to Cody in that moment, like, hey, man, I took my opportunity because I saw it. That's what a veteran does. You're just not at my level, and that's why you didn't take that opportunity. Because if you were at my level, you would have taken that opportunity to sell your soul. Cody takes the opportunity. Heel Cena is really the devil on Cody's shoulder. And that's what drives Cody to turn, to join The Rock, and could be the one to join The Rock. Personally, I'm cool to not have The Rock involved, but The Rock could be involved at that point and finally do what needs to be done. Smack Cena with a chair, beats him, wins the title. And then Cody's like, yeah, I did it. But he's in Boston, in Cena's hometown, where they're already booing him, and now they're just going to boo him more. I'm just saying, with how over Cody is, like we've already talked about in this show, the best way to turn Cody heel, if that is the move, is in a building where they're already going to have the heel momentum push towards Cody. Does that make sense? Because it would be hard.
That's the move, but
right.
Like I'm
just saying that's a possibility.
Personally, I would like some neutral ground. Like if we want to do like the Cena, like Cena losing a SummerSlam feels really short.
Could do it at the Rumble in Saudi.
I mean, we're apparently not going with the brainwashing. Well, we are, but we aren't. We choose to acknowledge when like it's like, oh, is this Cena or is this not Cena? Like, is Cena toying, thinking about it himself now? Like, what we saw a little bit of that at Backlash, and then they didn't talk about it.
Well,
then we saw that with R-Truth, and we didn't talk about it.
Saturday night's main event. Yeah.
Well, we saw it at Backlash because he was crying, but like we don't know what that was, and they didn't talk.
Well,
about
then
it.
He put truth through the table.
Well, I think they didn't talk about him crying is because that was real, and they were like, "Fuck,
Maybe, yeah.
let's just not talk." And they were just like, "Fuck, let's just not talk about it."
Yeah, that's real. I could see that.
Especially because it's just the emotions. Like it's St. Louis, it's Randy's hometown. It's Randy. They're best buddies.
And even after a whole thing where Cena's trying his hardest to be a heel, they're still cheering for him and thanking him and all that.
That's hard not to like just be like, damn, man.
Yeah.
Like I get it.
I mean, he is an actor.
But he's not that good of an actor.
Yeah, real.
And no one's that good of an actor. Like that's too much.
No, yeah.
It's different when you're in front of 20,000 people who have been invested for 25 years. Like that's
definitely
that's so hard.
Yeah.
It's like how everybody hates LeBron. Like people hate LeBron, but when LeBron's done, it's the same thing. Like it's gonna be tears.
Right. Of course.
So.
Well.
So we wanted to talk about the state of the address.
Yeah, it's been a little while.
State of the Union, so to speak.
It's been a little while since we've been on, so we figured, the times have changed. The culture, the inner workings, the inner machinations of wrestling have kind of changed a little bit, especially in WWE. So Emil has informed me before we hit record that we have a little tweet that he has found that he would like to share with the class for further discussion.
Shout out Dallas.
What up, Dallas?
He's my buddy. We've been watching. Well, he's been my best friend for like 25 years almost. And not 25, 20. And we have watched wrestling on and off. I'm a big wrestling fan, obviously. And he has tapped back in this year. So we've watched some events together. We've texted about the events, and the most recent thing we watched was Saturday Night's main event. So he sent me this tweet today. Failed Cena heel run, terrible El Grande Americano gimmick in the Money in the Bank match, buried Carmelo Hayes, no Karrion Kross on MITB, one of the worst Mania main events of all time, painfully mediocre weekly shows, no interesting storylines outside of two, no excitement, no hype, terrible decisions, releasing fan favorites, painfully boring. This might be the worst year in WWE history. That's the tweet. Tyler, I'm going to put it in our Discord so you can
I was going
read
to say,
it.
I would love to take that point by point because there's a lot of points.
I have points, so I'm going to start here.
Sure.
Let's start at the bottom, right? This might be the worst year in WWE history. No,
you don't know.
No,
you clearly did not watch in 2011.
You clearly have not been watching for the last 20 years.
Yeah.
That's okay.
You clearly didn't watch the late 2000s. You didn't watch 2012.
You missed 2019. You missed 1994. You missed things. It's okay. We're not that's rage bait at its finest. I'm not even going for that. Tell me you haven't watched until last year without telling me you haven't watched since last year.
Literal facts.
That's how I feel.
Literal facts.
Now, let's keep going bottom up.
Okay.
Painfully boring. Painfully?
No. Boring. At some points, yes. At some points, 100%.
Yes, absolutely. Mm-hmm. We'll agree. Releasing fan favorites.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dakota.
Okay. Let's really get into it. Let's get really into it. People who the biggest two names right now who are fan favorites who have been released. R-Truth and Carlito. Carlito doesn't wrestle.
He wrestles like in multi-man matches.
Carlito doesn't really wrestle, so let's get that out of the way right now. So we're paying somebody to wrestle on a wrestling program who doesn't wrestle and isn't Paul Heyman.
His job is PS5.
I'm not mad at it. It is what it is, right? Like again, business. Fair enough. It's some of it might be dirty business, but like nobody sees Carlito as a lifelonger. No one sees ABC the third with Carlito. He's not winning a world title. He's not winning an Intercontinental title. He's not getting a tag team belt. He's not winning shit. He's there for vibes. He's been there for vibes since he came back.
He really shouldn't have been in Judgment Day, to be honest. So he's just kind of been there. Like, I don't know. They just didn't. It's clear they didn't know what to do with him.
So I get it. Fair enough, though. Like, be mad at it, but like, think about it long term and pre-term. Like, it's not going to affect the history of WWE going forward or backwards. It doesn't matter in the long run. Now, where the anger stems from is R-Truth, which now that is a different conversation. So. If for those of you who live under a rock, you didn't find this podcast. WWE has employed Ron the Truth Killings, R-Truth, since 2008 in this current run. R-Truth has been not only a staple of the mid-card for the last 25 years. He's been a fan favorite among most.
He was also the longest employed full-time wrestler on WWE payroll.
As of rostered, as of Saturday Night.
Correct, yeah.
Let's go there. Some people now don't even know about K-Quick. Nobody knows that R-Truth was the first NWA, black NWA world champion, and he's won it twice. And the only NWA champion to be black. NWA. For reference, Ron Simmons holds the world
WCW.
title, WCW one. Realistically, though, R-Truth is not changing the history of WWE either. R-Truth isn't winning a world title. He's not winning an Intercontinental title. He just won a tag team belt. He's done the things. He's there for vibes.
He's the comedy act, and he's good one.
He's absolutely the comedy act, and he's done it to perfection. I hope R-Truth holds a job. What I don't like is how dirty it feels, right? It does feel dirty, right? Because this one hits a little differently. Do I need to see R-Truth in the ring every week? No. Do I need to see R-Truth on my TV every week for more than 5 minutes? No. Does R-Truth need to win anything? No. But is R-Truth a for lifer in my eyes, like a CM Punk for lifer as we've kind of started finding? Yeah, I think he is. I think that was really dirty. So I'll give you half a check. I'll give you a check mark, but not 2 check marks.
I would give 1 whole check mark, 2 halves, because with Carlito, I definitely understand where you're going with that. However, they could have had at least even in passing a backstage thing where he's like, hey man, I got a world title match in Puerto Rico. I'm going to go wrestle that. And Judgment Day just goes, okay. And he just never comes back. But instead he just was there and then he just left and they didn't say a word about him. The only thing that was followed up on was Dominic wearing a Carlito shirt.
So let's talk about some of the other people who have been released from the company recently. Some AOP guys. They're not again, we're not changing any history here. All of AOP got released. Cedric Alexander, who hasn't been seen on WWE TV in months. Sonya Deville. That one was strange, but like, is she a fan favorite? No, I wouldn't say that at all. I think she's over, and I think she's done. I don't even think she's over. I think she was a good philanthropist, one of the people that they could send to do all the things that none of the big stars are going to do. Like, that's what Sonya Deville is there for.
She was a great foil too. She was a great foil for the Mandy Rose thing too, the Mandy
good
and
for
Otis
her,
thing.
But no. Blair Davenport also released.
A shame. They barely did anything with her. They didn't give her a shot. Yeah.
The Club.
Next.
Giovanni Vinci.
That hit me.
That sucks, but also a comedy character.
The dude got kicked out. The dude literally got chiseled out of Imperium. Like, he was perfect for Imperium, and they kick him out. And I knew as soon as they kicked him out, I was like, he's over. That's done. And they tried, but it never worked. But I thought he would have been a solid undercard, mid-card guy on SmackDown.
Shayna Baszler.
That hurts.
That was interesting, but I'm also not totally furious at that one.
I am, because, like, they had it. That story with Becky, they had it. When she beat everybody in the Elimination Chamber, they had it, and
Except they folded 5 years ago.
And they didn't do it.
Whatever she was supposed. I mean, and COVID, right? So like, it is what it is.
They had other opportunities, but they just didn't go all out with it.
Dakota Kai was also one that raised my eyebrows. I was like, really? But also, like, in the grand scheme of things,
like
if she wasn't going to win the thing,
it was like right when they were trying to push her.
That was weird. But she was also injury prone. She got injured a lot.
I guess
in 2024.
I don't like to say it, like, dismiss people because of injuries they have, but I mean, I can't argue it.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
The other 2 other big ones that I'm very curious of. Cora Jade was one. Again, injury prone.
Even then,
I
it's
thought
just
that
like,
was her and Rox. I thought were gonna make moves.
It seemed like she got hurt. So when they did so much with Rox when Cora was on the shelf that they realized, oh shit, we got something here, and they pushed Rox, and Cora was just, they never,
realistically, Rox is the better Cora Jade. Like if we really want to talk about it,
I could see it. An argument could be made.
Which is fair. And then the only other big one that I would really say that I would bring up here is Braun Strowman.
Tough. But apparently, from what if I'm remembering correctly, what I read, he had some nagging injuries that like he could barely walk. Like he couldn't walk. Like his his leg or something couldn't really like move very well.
Big man injury.
Yeah, but he's taken care of too. He's well taken care of, and he'll have a lot of opportunities. And I'm sure that they could easily bring him in to be like a coach at some point in the future.
Facts.
Yeah,
him
coaching big men would be really awesome.
I honestly think R-Truth will come back as a coach.
That would be awesome.
I like promo. Like I
can see Carlito too. Honestly,
both could do LFG at some point.
Yeah.
Like LFG is here. Like don't forget
Team Truth.
Also, like. I don't know if Truth's contract is actually expired yet.
It's not. They just I don't believe it's up yet. They just said that they wouldn't renew his contract when it lapsed.
Remember, he's a talent contract right now, y'all. Like let's also put that in perspective. These are talent contracts that these guys are signed for. Which means in ring and whatever. There are legends contracts to be signed. There are,
and I'm sure that
LFG there are other contracts.
I'm sure they wouldn't disclose. Yeah, his contract's expiring, but we're going to offer him a Legends contract. Like they're not going to tell you that.
I think there may be something else in the books, and I think Triple H is smart enough to know who to keep around, especially as a, I guess I would say, an adult presence.
And to clarify too, from the reports that I have seen, these cuts are from Triple H himself. He has made these cuts. It's a budget thing. Look at they're constantly bringing in more talent and signing more talent.
We just signed Mariah May. Like somebody's
Mariah May.
Leave.
We got the AAA roster. We got think about it. We have so many different buckets that WWE has.
And we're paying TNA.
We have SmackDown. We have Raw. We have NXT. Constant people who are signing directly to NXT. We have people that we signed to develop from LFG. People we've signed to develop through Evolve. Like people in TNA. Like we have so many people that we have to account for now.
There's 70 rosters right now, and some of these people have been here for 10 plus years and either don't show any signs of doing anything else. They've hit a ceiling. They've got to go, bro. Like Braun Strowman, got to go. Like if Braun Strowman had hit his ceiling, he gave Jacob Fatu the rub and he went out, right? R-Truth will never hit a comedic ceiling higher than this John Cena thing. He will not. That was the moment. We had
them pulling the Ron Cena shirts though. That's dastardly.
That is dastardly.
That was a top seller.
They didn't want, but like think about it. Like he's not gonna hit any higher peak. He got to face John Cena on his last run.
That's his childhood hero.
Which is a big thing. As Cena isn't getting many matches. Shut up. Yes, but again, we'll give you a check mark, but we're not giving you a check plus here for that one. Terrible decisions. Also going to give you a check. I am going to give you a check plus.
There are a couple. Actually. There are some stinkers.
There's been some stinkers.
There's been stinkers.
No hype and no excitement. I think going into WrestleMania, I 100% agree with you. I think coming out of WrestleMania, I feel a little differently. I've also cleaned my palate a little bit. Sometimes you need to take 2 or 3 weeks off. Like, we stopped watching for a couple weeks. Like, when me and him, we didn't do the spot for a couple weeks. I'd
been following, but I hadn't been watching.
We read some things and we followed, but I wouldn't say I'm watching. Like, I switched to TV. I'm 4 seasons deep into Gilmore Girls right now. It's fine. Like, I'm cool.
That's an odd one. All right.
Wasn't my pick.
Of course.
Shout out.
See you at SummerSlam, buddy.
No hype, no excitement, no interesting storylines outside of 2. Again, I'm gonna kind of respectfully disagree here.
I don't know which 2 they're referring to because
I don't know. Also, I don't know what your 2 are. Right now, Cody's super exciting. Jay is intriguing. Sammy is intriguing with Karrion Kross. Punk is always intriguing with Rollins. Is also
Punk
intriguing.
Getting nuclear pops is something to keep an eye on.
That's an eye catcher. Jacob Fatu is super intriguing to me.
Jacob's interesting. And I like the Lyra Becky thing. I know you don't, but it's there. There's something for everyone right now. It feels like, in my opinion. Then even the Naomi tearing through the SmackDown Women's Division. I'm a fan. Naomi and Nia with Jade in the background and Bianca on the shelf waiting to come back, and
the SmackDown Tag Division is intriguing for some. And I'll be honest, one of those matches I watched and I kind of liked.
Yeah.
So, and the White Six over there, like there's intriguing stuff going on everywhere.
Yeah.
If you're not interested, that means you're not watching the things that are under the rock. I'm going to be honest. There's stuff there.
Or
Sometimes, or you're just not that big a fan, which again is okay, but don't then take it out on us.
Yeah.
Painfully mediocre weekly shows.
Wrong.
I'm gonna give you a half.
Painfully mediocre?
I'm gonna tell you you're half correct.
Painfully?
Painfully is what's killing me right now. Painfully, no. Painfully, no.
Okay.
Are they mediocre? Yes. Are they very repetitive? Absolutely. Are they painful to watch? No. You didn't watch a Raw in 2019. No. You didn't watch a Raw in 1994. So I really don't want to hear it. None of this is painful.
Nope. It might be a week where you could say, okay, I would have been fine if I didn't watch.
Skip.
Yeah.
You can definitely skip
100%.
right now.
There are some weeks where you could just watch the highlights and watch reactions.
Watch the full highlights for 20 minutes on YouTube, and you're golden, pony boy. Like, it's fine. One of the worst Mania main events of all time. I'm again going to give you a half yes here.
I don't know,
but we don't know what's going on.
There's like
here.
50 main events now if you include the 2 nights being night 1, night 2 main events and
46.
stuff. Thank you. Something along those lines. But like the worst Mania main events of all time, man. Orton Triple H was one of those. Apparently, people didn't like. I haven't watched every Mania main event either, to be clear. So maybe that's something I do. Or Triple H Orton was not very good. Bundy and Hogan was not very good. Just because it's in a cage doesn't make it good. What else is there that wasn't very good? The Lawrence Taylor match, main eventing against Bam Bam. Sure, that was a great match. That was cool. But like, should that have been the main event? Probably not. Mania 9, the main event of Mania 9, ass. Let's see.
Hogan and
it was Hart and Yokozuna.
Hogan
and
Hogan came in and ruined it all.
Yep.
That didn't work for him, brother.
Ass didn't work for him. I'm sure that there's more, but like, yeah, I mean, what? Oh, there's got to be more. Hold up. There has. Brock and Roman Mania 34. Roman Taker Mania 33.
Like, that wasn't Roman's fault though.
I don't care. They had better matches to put in the main event of that show. You could have had the tag ladder match with the Hardys returning in the main event over that match. That's crazy. Yeah, you're wrong there. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you a half correct here. Only because, like, yes, it was bad. Like, but there was also kind of a point to it being bad. That doesn't make it good.
Thank you for acknowledging that. I was gonna
make it. Bad.
I was ready to go to war for that.
But you can't go to war based off of that.
Yeah.
Like, it still wasn't bad, even by the definition of, like, they're gonna make it bad on purpose. It's fine.
Within the top 50%, but it's definitely not in the top 30.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah.
All right. So moving back up, we got no Karrion Kross on Money in the Bank. Again, there's a point here. I think there's a point here, and now we're I don't know what the point is.
Shoehorning him in just because the fans are asking for it isn't going to make it.
Also doesn't work.
It's not going to work because he's going to lose, and then what? You're going to say, "Well, why didn't you have Karrion win?"
Also,
so
realistically, where are you putting him right now? Like, the reason you like him is because he keeps crashing out,
right?
And then trying to make other wrestlers crash
right.
out. That's why we like him. He's the puppet master. He's fucking with everybody. He's making everybody be weird.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of made New Day flip.
Yeah, he might make Sammy flip.
I think he's getting in Sammy's head. Like, things are happening.
He might make Styles flip.
We're intrigued because we don't know what it is, but like him becoming number one because the internet's like, hey, push him. Like, hey, everybody calm down.
I trust that there is a plan. I trust that there is a plan. I don't think that they're stupid. I don't think they're that stupid.
It could turn into an LA Knight thing, right? Where we get really hype on this guy for 6, 7 months, 8 months, a year. They don't really do anything with him, and then he falls off.
And then he wins the Money in the Bank.
Realistically, think about it. Where does Karrion Kross fit in? It's almost the same thing as LA Knight. He's not getting a WWE title. He's not getting a world title. He's out of the question.
He could get a world title if he moves to Raw.
I think there are mad people in the way.
Maybe.
Honestly,
SmackDown's looking pretty good right now. Even though Cena's the champion, Drew is out right now, and that's a big hole in the main event scene on SmackDown.
So we're gonna give you half a check here.
Yes,
you're right, but you're wrong. Buried Carmelo Hayes.
Where? Tell me where.
Buried?
No. Carmelo's about to turn on Miz and probably turn face against the Miz.
Did we fold with him?
No. Nope.
Again, I'm going to go half here on this. I'm not saying you're right, but you're not wrong.
My thing is,
you're not wrong.
My thing is, to use your logic, wrestling right now, it's a pretty packed card.
But it's an inflated
roster.
card. It's
an inflated roster. We're waiting.
It's a roster with a lot of important people.
We're simmering with certain people, with Carmelo, with Karrion, with these people that they clearly want to do something with them, but they also can't have them lose to the people that they're actively pushing right now at this moment. So they're kind of letting them simmer a little bit. They're giving them wins where they need to and being very creative on their booking in order to keep it fresh, but not fully, cooking it at a high heat. We're simmering it for now. We're keeping it warm. We're keeping it bubbling until they're ready to turn the heat up on it and put them up further on the card. We just have stories that we have to finish. That's where I'm at with it.
And it's going to take some time, which means, once again, we're going to need, 25, 26, 27, 28-year-olds who can kind of toil around for a little bit. Like, Carmelo's got to toil a little bit. It's fine. He's, 28?
Yeah, something like that. He's fine.
My boy is fine. And
he just won the Andre Battle Royal, and they're actually doing some good shit with it. The first year that they actually did something good with it was last year when Bronson won. Now look at Bronson. He's a main event guy on Raw. He's in the main event faction. Let him cook. Wait. It's been a month and a half since WrestleMania, guys. Come on.
Yeah. Remember, a year is not that long, but in the grand scheme, if we're looking to get 10 years out of a guy, right? Carmelo's got time. I'm not worried about it, but again, I get it, so I'm gonna give you half a check here. I don't think you're wrong, because I did kind of notice, and I was like, what is the point of Melo? Melo came in with a lot of fanfare to do nothing. But okay, cool. Terrible El Grande Americano gimmick in the Money in the Bank match.
I actually agree with that. Nice agree with that. I is it bad? Not necessarily, but it feels like we should have had the reveal at Mania, man. I get why they're doing it with AAA and everything. So Gable hasn't finished his story yet, beating luchadors, and so at the same time he's got to. It's so interesting that he himself, Chad Gable, cannot beat luchadors, but the only way Chad Gable can is if he puts a mask on and calls himself a luchador. Supposedly. We don't know who El Grande Americano is. So I don't know. I think that we could have even had who was it? It was El Grande, Styles, and Punk. We could have had Styles in there. I get why people are mad about no Karrion Kross, because people could make the argument that Karrion could have been in there instead of El Grande. Sammy could have been in this.
Karrion to take a pin?
Sammy could have been in this.
Sammy had one already, though. He lost.
They could have switched the people around that are in each one to make it the way they wanted to. But it's fine.
I'm gonna give you a half check for this one. El Grande has definitely run its course, but the reason Chad's in the AAA thing is Tyler saying what I said,
right?
To him, which was we're using this to further the narrative of Chad trying to beat a luchador. Yeah. Cool, good talk.
And the double duty is very cool. They clearly have a lot of faith in him.
The double duty is sick.
So I'm about it.
So it being him being in the Money Bank match kind of makes sense. I think him being there is the wrong move. I do think it's the wrong move, though, because I think we should have done Punk. I think that's only makes sense.
Yeah.
But I think unless we're trying to make Rollins look super dominant going in, so Rollins can just go win the damn thing, which is also fine. Rollins kind of has to win now because Punk's not there.
Honestly, could see Rollins winning and trying to cash in that night, and Roman foils it.
Roman, Cena, and Rollins and Cody all in a ring?
Yo. And Punk potentially coming out there too.
Jay and Logan just roll out and get out the way?
Punk comes out there too. Maybe Sammy?
No, you're doing too much.
It's Bloodline rules.
All right, whatever. And then the last one. The failed Cena heel run. Also going to give you a half check mark here.
I want to say failed, but I can't because here's my thing. In terms of how active somebody is as a character on TV is so subjective. We've been through this with Brock. We've been through it with Roman. We've seen examples of champions not being on TV regularly being a bad thing with Brock, but also being kind of a good thing with Roman in a way. So I can see why you think it's failed, because I think it relies heavily on the fact that Cena is not here as often. But at the same time, when he is on TV, you want to watch. You want to turn the TV on and you want to watch him on TV. That is the definition of a success in their eyes. Do you want to turn the TV on when you see a heel Cena champion? Yeah, you do. It's working. You just might not like it, but it's working.
It is working. It is working. People do boo.
That is also working. An example of it working.
Yeah, people boo. I'll say same thing as him. Like, I'll say you're half right. There are levels of this where it's like, this is weird. It's not making sense, and it's not making sense because we really don't have a foolproof reason for why we're here. That's really, I think, what's bothering everybody.
I think wasting a pay-per-view.
I think we wasted a Dwayne.
I think wasting a pay-per-view title defense on a tag match with Cody and Jay and Logan is also kind of lame, both for Jay and for Cena.
I'm into it because I don't need to see him run through the roster.
It's not running through the roster. I mean, look at the people.
Or running through the legends. Like,
I could Cena Punk.
I don't really want to see him beat Punk. Punk is getting way too, like, we just said it earlier. Listen to those reactions. Like, we want to see Punk lose.
It's
because that's what we have to do. That's what we have.
You could have Punk lose to Cena, then go over and go back to the world title.
I'm cool. Just have him win the world title.
Okay.
I would actually personally rather Punk win the WWE title, but I think it's
lost cause. It's far out of reach.
I think there's too much going on.
It's in the Rock vortex.
We turned it into the Rock title and the super main eventer title.
Yeah.
You like remember?
Yeah.
Keeping our canon here. Punk is not a super main eventer. Punk wrestles on Raw.
Got to have a wrestling theory, you know.
Punk wrestles on Raw.
You're right.
That's what doesn't make you a super main eventer. Do you wrestle on free TV?
Facts.
When's the last time Cody wrestled on free TV?
Shut up. Hold up. I'm gonna figure that out.
That was some real teacher shit. That's what I do to my kids. They go, and I'm like, you don't fucking know.
I don't know because I don't really think about it. All right. Last time. Okay, we're
on free TV.
Here we go.
It's been a while. I think it was
February 7th. Cody and Jay defeat Jacob and Tama Tonga.
Yep, I thought that was the match.
And that was 2 months before Mania, 2.5 months before Mania,
a week before The Rock,
and a week before So Cody hasn't wrestled on TV since in about 4 months. He's on track to wrestle 3 TV matches this year.
How many TV matches did he wrestle last year?
Let me look.
For reference, there are 52 episodes of TV a year.
Thank you very much for telling us how many weeks in a year there are. Man, I wish you could sort on this. Oh, wait, can you? Can you sort?
I'll tell you how many John Cena's done in the last year. None.
TV shows.
That's actually not true. I think he had a 2024 match.
Cody wrestled.
He did. We were at it.
Okay, so including Saturday night's main event as well, because that's technically TV, even though it's like a TV special. I see 1, 3,
it's free, so it does count.
I think 12, 13. 1, 2,
13,
3,
and
4,
he had the opportunity for a lot more. So
13 matches.
Yeah. On TV.
On TV, including a Saturday night's main event. So he wrestled once a month.
I guess the definition of the super main eventer is if you wrestle two or less matches on free TV a month between a Raw and a SmackDown, because depending on Mania season, you might do a Raw match.
Yeah.
Right. So if you're under two matches on free TV, you're a super main eventer. Punk does 2 usually.
Yeah, I think you're right around that ballpark.
So
because they'll usually also do a match
Punk
and
is there
promo,
weekly.
and then a promo. Yeah. Here's my thing. A small gripe that I had that I thought of. I was thinking about talking about this on the show. I was watching Raw. Raw opened this week with a promo between Sammy and Punk, and Sammy basically cuts this whole it's a Sammy passionate promo where he's like getting the fans all hyped up and shit, and he's like, Punk, I lost my qualifying match, but you have one tonight. You have to win this, or Seth Rollins is gonna win the title. And then Punk lost. So like that whole promo was literally for nothing, basically.
Happens.
I mean, it just kind of felt weird to me. Also, Cody being like, I'm gonna kick, basically saying the next time I see John Cena, I'm not gonna be able to control myself. And then Cena gets in the ring at whenever the Saturday night's main event when they had that brief promo, and Cody didn't lose his shit and crash out. Just like little things that I'm like,
He should have came out in a tracksuit.
who, Cody?
Yeah.
Tracksuit Cody. Yeah.
So I like this theory. We have dark suit Cody, we have normal suit Cody, then we have tracksuit Cody. Tracksuit Cody is intriguing.
Kind of a wild card.
He's not a bad guy, and that's like where I like staying but tracksuit Cody will crash out.
Mm-hmm.
Normal suit Cody will be very diplomatic.
True.
And then dark suit Cody is like, I'm gonna spit hot venom at you.
Well, with my hero complex.
With my supposed hero complex.
Nah, he's got a hero
I
complex.
look like a villain.
Nah, he's got a hero complex.
Well, I look like a villain.
Right.
Whatever. Anyway, tracksuit Cody is really interesting, and I saw somebody say a while ago that tracksuit Cody should not win, or Cody should only wear tracksuits until he wins the title back. And I was like, yes, he should. I don't like it.
Yeah.
It's all right. Logan's gonna polish Cena's Peacemaker.
That was a good line. That was a good line.
It was definitely corny.
There was some heaters in that promo. What was the one Logan said where he was like,
he said, "Y'all, I could walk on water, and y'all could tell me I don't know how to
yeah,
swim."
y'all still would say I don't know.
Yo,
Then he said, you nepo babies were born on third. Wait, he said like you nepo babies hit a triple but you were born on third or some shit.
You're born on third base, but you think you hit a triple.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
You a pinch runner, bro.
So good. So good.
I like the baseball reference. It is baseball season.
It is.
Where does Logan Paul live? Cleveland. He's a fan of the Guardians. Ooh.
Guardians. Ugh.
Wow. Do we remember their former name?
Redacted.
It was redacted. It's not the worst redacted name in history, but it is redacted.
Yeah, it's more so the branding around it too. The name itself is, a slur, but it's fine.
It's just wrong. That's just not what they
were.
Right. They could have changed it to the Native Americans.
The Cleveland Native Americans.
I'm rolling, honestly. Go Cleveland. I would have started cheering for
Cleveland Natives.
The Natives?
Natives.
That's hard.
I would have been about it.
We should rebrand the Browns, bro, because the Browns just need a full on redo.
The L takers.
With Shador. In the 7th round.
Oh man, what would you rebrand the Browns to if you had a choice?
I'm not allowed to say it in public.
Oh no.
I'm kidding. I would just call them the trash cans.
The trash cans. I'm dead.
With the wastebasket emoji.
Basura.
That's their logo. Yeah, basuras.
Basuras.
All right. I think we're done here.
I think so. Let me do some plug-in. Y'all, thanks so much for watching. Appreciate it. Thanks for sweating it out with us. It's clearly a struggle for us, too, if you couldn't tell, seeing as though we had...
It's fucking hot. Speaking of sweat.
Yeah, it's hot today, too, in Boston.
Hot as
Is it
balls.
smoky out there? Does it look smoky in the sky? Because it looks smoky in the sky here.
No, but you live in a city.
I do.
I live... There's so much foliage.
Well, I saw foliage. No, I saw an article that said that we're getting wind blowing smoke from wildfires in Canada and in the southeast of America.
Ooh, are we gonna get this? Are we gonna get what we got last year?
Where like the orange smog sky.
Do you remember that?
Yeah,
Bro,
dude, that was scary.
That was so weird.
That felt like we were in literal fallout.
Bro, it could almost light my legal substances.
You would know. He tried. But y'all, if you want to support us, you can do so by following us on all platforms. We have our podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, anywhere you get your podcasts in audio format. We also have it on YouTube if you like it in video format, so hit a subscribe over there too. Sometimes we post some extra videos there, some shorts, all that good stuff. So if you want the most content from us, YouTube's probably the best spot. You can also follow us on TikTok if you're a fan of the short form content. Clips that are about 1 minute to 3 minutes long, depending on how meaty they are, how juicy they are. Pretty good stuff. We have the shorts on YouTube too. So again, YouTube is probably the best spot for everything. And of course, you can follow us on Twitter. Kickout Club Wrestling on Twitter as well. I haven't really tweeted very much, but it's there.
You can follow me on Threads at Emil the Producer.
Threads, I'm dead.
We can talk shit.
Threads.
I'm down to talk shit with you,
bro. I bought a ticket to that live watch along of Money in the Bank too. So I'm gonna be at a bar watching it.
Oh
At
yeah,
a rooftop bar in Boston.
Oh yeah,
watching it. Catch
like
me
that for you.
outside, dude. I'm hyped.
It's summertime. Tyler's outside.
As outside as I can be. I'm trying to fit in gym time, movie theater time as well. I still have to see Mission Impossible. I've been slacking on the movie front.
I watched the first two. The second one's so...
Dude, I know, it's ass. The first one's okay. The second one is ass. The third one's actually pretty good.
They say the third is fire.
The third is good. I like the third. I gotta get back on that and watch Ghost Protocol as well. Dead Reckoning, fantastic. I loved that one too. We'll see how good the Final Reckoning is. I just don't have 3 hours to sit in a dark room.
Do nothing.
Yeah. I mean, it's raining this weekend, so I might do it this weekend when it's raining, but we'll see.
Word.
We'll see. Anyway, y'all, thanks so much for tuning in this week. We will see you on the other side of Money in the Bank. Hope you enjoy your weekend and enjoy the packed weekend that is Worlds Collide and Money in the Bank. And we'll see y'all next time when we break it all down. See you.
Okay, bye.